Chargeback fraud occurs when a consumer makes a purchase with their credit card, receives the product or service as expected, and then disputes the charge with their card issuer, claiming that the transaction was unauthorized or that the product or service was not as described. This results in the reversal of the transaction and a refund to the consumer, often at the expense of the merchant. The fraudster makes a legitimate purchase using their credit card. They may buy physical goods, digital products, or services. The fraudster receives the purchased item or service without any issues. The transaction appears normal at this stage. After receiving the item or service, the fraudster contacts their credit card issuer and disputes the charge. They may claim various reasons for the dispute, such as unauthorized transaction, non-receipt of goods, or receiving an item significantly different from what was described. The credit card issuer investigates the dispute by reaching out to the merchant for evidence of the transaction, such as proof of delivery or details of the product or service provided. However, the burden of proof often lies with the merchant to provide sufficient evidence that the transaction was legitimate and that the goods or services were delivered as described. If the credit card issuer finds in favor of the cardholder, they issue a chargeback. This results in the funds being withdrawn from the merchant's account and returned to the cardholder. In addition to the refunded amount, the merchant may also incur chargeback fees. Chargeback fraud can result in significant losses for merchants. In addition to losing the revenue from the disputed transaction, they may also face chargeback fees imposed by the payment processor or credit card network. Moreover, if chargeback rates exceed certain thresholds, merchants may face penalties, including higher processing fees, fines, or even the termination of their merchant accounts. Chargeback fraud can be perpetrated through various methods, including friendly fraud. This occurs when a legitimate cardholder disputes a charge without malicious intent, often due to forgetfulness or confusion about the transaction. Fraudsters may steal someone else's credit card information and use it to make purchases, later disputing the charges as unauthorized. Fraudsters make a purchase online with the intention of disputing the charge after receiving the product, essentially obtaining the item for free. Some consumers may exploit lenient return policies or chargeback procedures to obtain refunds fraudulently. To mitigate the risk of chargeback fraud, merchants can implement various strategies, including improving customer service, enhancing fraud detection measures, maintaining clear records of transactions, and disputing illegitimate chargebacks with compelling evidence. Additionally, implementing technologies such as 3D Secure, which adds an extra layer of authentication during online transactions.